Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Better than normal. Hello, folks. Douglas here from the Five Mad Heathens, and this week I asked you all to describe your fear, your greatest fear, and how it affected you and how it might affect you in the future. And you all answered admirably. You all came through. I am very glad to see that. And I have to say, out of any group I've ever worked with, you guys are by far my favorite, because you're not afraid to answer the tough questions and do them excellently. Anyway, so news time. You can all see that I don't have the beard and goatee anymore. Shaved it as part of my job search. Anyway, to business. Now I get to answer my own question. Well, I'll get the little stuff out of the way first. I do have a couple of smaller fears, like, I'm fairly afraid of fire. I don't like going near fire. I mean, I'll burn stuff and everything if I need to, but just like getting close to fire just doesn't sit well with me. And I'm also afraid of heights to an extent. I don't like being anywhere near someplace really high with a huge drop off. It just gets very frightening for me. However, all that is trumped by one major fear that I have, and that fear is of lack of knowledge. I cannot stand not knowing the circumstances, the characteristics of a given object, adversity, or situation. Because, and I examined why this would be, and I realized that it's because if I know about something, even if it's a hideous, skull monster coming to, chop my head off, if I know about it, know where it came from, maybe know its weak spots and stuff or whatever, I can either use that knowledge to combat it or to run away, to get away from it and to avoid it in the future. However, if it's the unknown, then it becomes much, much more difficult to deal with, because then you don't know how to fight whatever you're dealing with. And I think this is something that a lot of people share on some level. I mean, think about the classic horror movies. The ones that really, really, scare the piss out of you are the ones where you don't necessarily see what's coming after the protagonist or anything. It's implied, and you see bits and pieces, and an arm here, a fang there, but you don't actually see what it is. And oftentimes, what it actually ends up being is usually a lot less scary than what you were imagining before. Anyway, I digress. Has this ever paralyzed me or ruled my actions before? Yes. There have been several situations when I've been dealing with people and something's going on, or if I'm dealing with a situation like when I got let go from my job recently, it always gets me more nervous and everything and shakier and everything when they aren't telling me what's going on, or when the person I'm dealing with isn't telling me what's going on. If I'm in, say, a relationship and I can sense that something might be the matter, but they don't want to share it, that really gets to me. And I almost become obsessed with finding out what it is that I'm dealing with so that I can solve the situation. So yeah, it does rule my actions quite a bit. I have an insatiable desire for knowledge, and when a roadblock gets thrown up to that, it becomes a problem for me. And if I came across a situation where I had to confront that fear, would I be able to deal with it? And of course, it's I guess if I were going into a lair and there's some hideous beast somewhere that's gonna like rip my arm off and beat me to death with it, and I know it, but I don't know what it is or anything. But on the other hand, I've got a loved one or somebody on the other end who really needs my help, who's possibly going to die due to the same bloodthirsty creature. Then I like to think that I would be able to face that fear and go at it and try to save my loved one. However, that's all up in the air. I mean, how I think I'd like to act is sometimes not really how I would act. So, but yes, again, everybody, great answers to the questions. I honestly, I didn't know whether I'd painted you guys into a corner or whether I'd given you the chance to really explore yourselves like I was aiming to. And you all came through admirably. So tomorrow, we are expecting a video from our very own Scotty, Orygyn. Great guy. Did a good kickoff to the answers, and I really look forward to seeing what he has to say. Anyway, y'all have yourselves a good day, and thank you for watching 5 Mad Heathens. Peace out.